All right, it is my turn to cast my votes for the 2025 Crunchyroll Anime Awards. I was a little late, if I was being honest. I had a lot of work to do, and I'm just now getting to it. You could vote pretty much every day, and as of recording, it is the 10th, and you still have, I think, until the 14th to cast your votes, and you could vote every single day. I just want to share what I'm going to vote for because I think it's fun. I want to know what you guys are voting for as well, and I want to bond with you guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. But we are going to start off hot with the anime of the year. And my god, the category is stacked. Don to Don, Delicious in Dungeon, Free Red, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, The Apothecary Diaries. With that being said, story-wise, Free Run is head and shoulders above the rest. Solo Leveling has got a special place in my heart. Nothing to take away from The Apothecary Diaries, Delicious in Dungeon, Don to Don, or Kaiju number 8. That is why I'm going to go Free Run, Beyond Journey's End. Film of the year. My opinion for this one, there was a lot of good to great films, but I don't think one stood head and shoulders above the rest. With that being said, let's get to the nominees. Haikyuu, The Dumpster Battle, Look Back, Mononoke, The Movie, The Phantom in the Rain, My Hero Academia, You're Next, Spy Family, Code White, and The Colors Within. For me, I'm a big Haikyuu guy, so therefore I'm going to give it the Dumpster Battle, but I think they just adapted, and I haven't read the mangas for any of these, well, except for Spy Family, but I think they adapted Haikyuu the Dumpster Battle to perfection. And that ending sequence to end the game lives in my mind rent-free. It might be my Roman Empire on certain days. Best continuing series, where's One Piece? Now, Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Demon Slayer, My Hero, One Piece, Oshinoko, and then Spy Family. Yeah. I think Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War definitely deserves it, and it's coming to an end super soon. So I want to enjoy it as much as possible. That doesn't warrant best continuing series, but I think what they adapted does. And I do think One Piece is going to win it next year, and they could win it any other year too. Best new series, we're going with the same category as Anime of the Year, Don Don, Delicious in Dungeon, Free Run, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, The Apothecary Diaries. With that being said, I did vote for Free Run for Anime of the Year. However, I'm going to go Solo Leveling. They did numbers and insane numbers and probably brought in a whole new wave of anime fans. So therefore, I'm going to go with Solo Leveling. You just can't ignore the numbers and what they've been able to accomplish within the year. So therefore, I'm going to do Solo Leveling. Best original anime. Buchigiri, Girls, Band Cry, Jellyfish, Can't Swim in the Night, Metallic Rouge, Ninja Kamui, Train to the End of the World. I must admit something. I've only seen Buchigiri. And I'm exposing myself a little bit because as much anime as I watch, I do have 2 full-time jobs. No excuses, right? I know, but these are just my personal votes. Thank God I'm not getting paid for this. So therefore, I'm voting for Buchigiri, okay? And this one in particular, I would like to know who you guys voted for. Best animation now. Don to Don, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Free Run, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling. Tough, okay? Because Solo Leveling, Demon Slayer, Kaiju number 8, even Dandadan, and then you can't take anything away from Free Run or Delicious in Dungeon. I am going to give it to Demon Slayer, who can win literally every year, and they just might until they finally end. Best character design, Dandadan, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Free Run, Kaiju number 8, The Apothecary Diaries. I think you might want to give this to either Kaiju number 8, Dandadan, or Free Run because of the uniqueness. Therefore, I'm going to go Kaiju number 8. Best Director. Okay. Fugiyama Shiro, Haruo Sotozaki, Keiichiro Saito, Megumi Ishitani, Norihiro Naganuma, Yoshihiro Miyajima. Megumi Ishitani did incredible work with the One Piece fan letter, and we absolutely, especially me, need to give her flowers because One Piece is a worldwide phenomenon, and what you did with the One Piece fan letters was literally a masterpiece and a masterclass. That is not something I could ignore. Therefore, you are going to get my vote. Best background art. Dandadan, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Free Run, Pluto, The Apothecary Diaries. For me, this one's a pretty easy one because Pluto is just so vastly different art style from the rest of them that I just couldn't ignore it. Therefore, I'm going to give my vote to Pluto. Best romance. A Sign of Affection, Blue Box, Making Too Many Losing Heroines, Ranma Half, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which, if I'm being honest, good. I'm not going to include it in this one. The Dangers in My Heart Season 2. I'm a huge Blue Box guy. It's probably one of my favorite romance anime of all time. I have my reasons. Signs of A Sign of Affection could win it, and they should. But I'm a huge Blue Box guy, and I'm so biased. Therefore, I'm gonna vote for Blue Box. I'm sorry. You could fight me. You're allowed to. Best comedy: Delicious in Dungeon, Konosuba, Mashal, Magic and Muscles, My Dear Friend Nokotan, Ranma Half, Spy Family Season 2. Any of these can win. Mashal had me belly laughing as well as Ranma Half, as well as Delicious in Dungeon. I just think Mashal is on a whole new tier right now of comedy, and I just want them to win. Best action: Bleach, Dandadan, Demon Slayer, Kaiji number 8, Solo Leveling, Windbreaker. You can't go wrong. Solo Leveling, Demon Slayer, any of these really. I think Bleach might have it. I'm gonna give it to Bleach. I am. Best Isekai anime: Konosuba, Mushoku Tensei, ReZero, Shangri-La, Suicide Squad, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I'm a huge DC guy. I wasn't a fan of the DCU, so seeing Suicide Squad do these DC characters justice in an isekai nonetheless had me on a high. I'm gonna give Suicide Squad it. Best drama: Sign of Affection, Dead Dead Demons, Dead Dead, Free Run Beyond Journey's End, Oshinoko, Pluto, and The Apothecary Diaries. Mao Mao is literally the Sherlock Holmes of anime right now, and seeing her week to week solve mysteries or whatever issues is going on has me on the edge of my seat each and every day I'm watching and every week that an episode is playing. So I gotta go The Apothecary Diaries. Best slice of life anime: Laid Back Camp, Making Too Many Losing Heroines, My Mr. Villain's Days Off, My Dear Friend Nokotan, Sound Euphonium, The Dangers in My Heart Season 3. I haven't watched a lot of, again, the I guess, newer anime at this point, but I have seen Sound Euphonium and Laid Back Camp, so I will choose between one of the two. And again, I will defer to you guys on who you think should have won, especially if you've seen all of these. But I'm going to choose Sound Euphonium. Best main character: Freerun, Kafka, Momo, Okuru, Mao Mao, Sung Jin Woo. Okay, a lot of you are going to choose Sung Jin Woo, and I wouldn't be mad. A lot of you are also going to choose Freerun. I definitely think a lot of people are going to choose Kafka. Momo, Okuru, hit or miss, but I think there's going to be a lot of people in their court too. However, you can't take away from everything that Mao Mao accomplishes, because she is doing this off of her brain, her skill, and just her experience, and that is commendable. Mao Mao, you get my vote. Best supporting character: Fern, Himmel, Jinshi, Psycho, Senshi, Turbo, Granny. Himmel's that guy, and at times Jinshi is too. Senshi, you need a cook on your side like that. Turbo, Granny, Psycho, all worthy. However, I will go Fern, the apprentice of Freerun, and they are hinting towards her being almost as powerful as her at this moment in time. Therefore, best supporting person character. Must protect at all costs. Where's Anya? Anya Forge is right there. Okay. Probably has my vote, but let's go look at the nominees. Freerun, Okudun, Senshi, Tokiyuki Hojo, Yuki Itose. It's Anya. For as long as Anya is a part of the Anime Awards and that she's still a character and the series is going on, we must protect her. She will always be the person I choose until somebody else comes up. Also, Freerun doesn't need any more protection. Okay, best anime song: Abyss, Bling Bang Bang Board, Fatal, Level, Otonoke, The Brave. A super stacked cast of songs that came out this year. Abyss has to take the cake. It's just so unique, and I've gone to multiple coffee shops, and probably they know it's an anime song, but it doesn't sound like one, like not the traditional one, and I'm in love with the sound that Abyss produced, so therefore, you got my vote. Best score: Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Dandadan, Demon Slayer, Freerun, Look Back, and then Solo Leveling. The uniqueness and how majestic Freerun Beyond Journey's End sounds is the reason why I'm going to give it best score. But you can't take away from the other categories. Best opening sequence: Abyss, Bling Bang Bang Born, Fatal, Level, Otonoke, and then Us by, I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right, but who knows, from One Piece. The 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 images that Abyss produces are second to none. And I had a lot of fun with Bling Bang Bang Bor. Otanoke has my heart. Level was good. I actually think Reawakening was better, but I'm gonna have to go Abyss. Best ending sequence. Antonante, Burning, Kamakura Style, Nobody, Request, Tayadada. Okay. It might be a clean sweep. I think Kaiju number 8 deserves this, and Nobody is such a sick song. Not to mention it's One Republican. My God. I'll probably listen to it on my ride, on my way to work, which I do anyways. Best voice artist performance, Japanese. Aoi Yuki, Atsumi Tanizaki, Kenichi Suzumura, Shion Wakayama, Sayaka Sombongi, Natsuki Hanai. I love Freeren's voice. I love Okanuna Momo. Sorry. I do think that I do love Mao. I do think Aoyuki, who voices Mao, did such an incredible job that I just have to give it to her. I just have to. Best voice artist performance in English. I look up to each and every one of these individuals, and I hate to just choose one because AJ Beckles has been killing it for the last few years, probably even longer. Alex Lee, I've first heard as Zenitsu, and he has been smashing it as Sung Jin Woo. And then, like, doesn't take away from anyone else like Jesse James Grell, Mallory Rodock, Sarah Nadosheni, who's also the voice of Ash Ketchum, Sung Won Cho. Literally people that I study because I love their intonations and how they choose, or I guess their choices whenever they act. And right now it's between AJ Beckles and Alex Lee. But Alex Lee, if you did not know, also voices the E-rank version of Sung Jin Woo and also the sexy voice of Sung Jin Woo, if you will. And because of his range, I have to give it to him. So let's do that. And this concludes my voting for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And I just got to know who you guys voted for. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I hope to make another video much sooner, long form that is. So you guys have a damn good one.